to this week's episode of Straight Talk for Energy Healers. My name is Renu Aurora. I am an energy healer. I am also the creator of the healing modality called the accelerated release technique. So what that is basically is I work with the subconscious. I help people heal their emotional baggage. You know, that stuff people are carrying along with them that keeps them from living the life that they are meant to and deserve to live. Now, I'm also the author of the book called The Energy Healing Bible. She is. And finally, I am here on a mission. My mission is to help energy healers like yourselves to be able to live your life's purpose, to be able to share your gifts with the world, to help as many people as you possibly can, and to do all that without being broke. Because let's face it, we understand energy healers do not have the cachet or the respect that they really truly deserve. Because I know you work miracles. I see you do it all the time. And you should be respected for that. You should be, everybody should know who you are so they know who to go to when they need help. And for that, you should be compensated well. You should be able to have a good life. And so that's what I really and truly want for you. And to that end, what I've been doing is bringing together resources for you. People, thoughts, ideas, suggestions, whatever it is that it takes for you to grow your business, your practice, and share your gifts. So today I have a special guest. Take two. I didn't get to say it in the description, but last week here in Canada, we had a massive telecom outage and my internet was out, my phone was out. I had absolutely no way whatsoever of broadcasting. So my guest today is Rachel Strivelli. Thank you so much, Rachel, for being able to come this week again. Rachel Strivelli is a psychic and growth coach. She helps overwhelmed, stuck spiritual women to get energized, affirm your gifts, and get into action. Ooh, I like those words. If you've been sitting on your ideas and your gifts for too long, tune into Rachel to bring your gifts into your business and actualize your vision into reality. A former school teacher and garden educator, she supports your growth and creative expression. It's time to stop doom scrolling, I love that phrase, and start manifesting. Follow Rachel and let's create a more hopeful, whole future. She's been featured on Thrive Global, Tiny Buddha, Scary Mommy, Positively Positive, and My Designed Life. You can schedule a free 20-minute coaching call to get clarity for your next steps at rachelstrivelli.com. So without further ado, she's going to tell us about all this, or we'll actually probably talk about some really cool, fun nugget today. But without further ado, let's bring on Rachel.
Hello everyone. I'm happy to be here.
And I am so grateful you're here.
Maybe the telecom thing was just to build extra anticipation.
I'm good with that. I'm totally good with that.
Me too.
So you know that the name of my show is Straight Talk for Energy Healers. So there's not a lot of bumps here. We just kind of dive right in and get to the good stuff. Yes. So in a nutshell, how would you describe what it is that you do?
Yes. So especially with energy healers, I find that it's very easy to be a little bit too in the sky, floaty. You're out in these amazing places connecting to all of the things that maybe the average person isn't tangibly connecting to. But where are your roots? How are you staying grounded? And I love the work that you do, because I think that's another way of helping people to ground in and say, okay, you probably still have bills, even if you're making miracles happen. And I know that one of the best ways to stay grounded is to develop some type of a relationship with the natural environment where you are. So I'm a psychic and a growth coach. And in the past, I've helped people grow gardens and connect to nature in a mindful way so that they can just take a deep breath sometimes, find your roots, find your place, because even though we can perform the miracles that we do, sometimes the world still feels a little bit intense and chaotic, but the trees and the mountains and the rivers, they've been here. They've got a lot of wisdom to share with us. And I think, why not tap into some of this wisdom right here on earth that can give us great benefits for our own lives?
Awesome. Yeah, it is. So like being grounded is so important. And you kind of, you think of it like a tree or whatever. Like if you're just a leaf blowing in the wind, well, you get blown around, and who knows where the world's going to take you. You
Mm-hmm.
need those roots. You need to know that no matter what's happening up in the sky, you're not going to fall over.
Exactly.
So that's brilliant. I love it. So my next question is, what is your special gift? I call it your superpower that makes
Mm-hmm.
you amazing at what you do.
Mm. I believe that my creativity is probably my superpower. Now, obviously, I have some psychic abilities and intuition
Yeah.
and all that I work with people, but all along, I've always had this desire or this inner drive of, I'm going to find a way. When I was a kid, that was find a way to argue with my parents and get what I wanted if I could.
That'll
And
work.
then at other points in my life, it was, I'm going to find a way to get the internship I want, or to get into the program that I desire, or find a way to live my values in my work and make a decent living. So I always just kept on pushing. What is the way? What is the way that I can find that works for me? And when I work with clients, I come to it honoring their whole being, their whole self, and knowing that you have desires within you, that there's a place, a way that can be expressed in the world. So let's bring more of you forth. Let's honor your true nature and bring that out. So I help the others to find the way, because sometimes there's a lot of advice out there about how to do business, or how to do energy healing, how to do any of these things. And some of those work for us, but sometimes we're using things that we just adopted because we felt like we needed something to do, whether or not it truly fits with who we are. And so when
Nice.
I work with people, sometimes it'll come as a intuitive hit or psychic hit of, this thing you're doing, it actually isn't helping you anymore.
Right.
So you can just let that go.
Yeah, sometimes it is that easy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I love it. So basically what you're saying is you can see outside the box. So many of us,
Definitely.
we're fixed on, I'm doing it this way because this is all I know.
Mhm.
And it's sometimes really hard to be creative when you don't know what's like what the possibilities are. Like,
Yes,
so I love that. So you say you're creative, but it's like, it also like an out of the box thinker, the one who gets,
definitely. And I
right.
can tell I know you're so good at what you do, because that's one of the other elements you could say that I think about myself as a lot, is I'm out of the box. And when working with people, it's like sometimes I like to make lists, either if I'm helping myself or helping. Sometimes you think, oh, I only have one idea. But the more you start that brainstorming, let's say, and coming up with out of the box ideas, the more you realize, wait, who made this box that I decided is the only way to do things? Let's put some crazy ideas on paper. Okay, maybe we don't want the crazy ideas. Maybe we water them down a little bit, or change it, or turn it around, and find, hey, this idea is out of the box and it could work.
Yeah, like it's all yeah, this speaks to a lot of, like, I love the idea of growth, and
Mm-hmm.
you're basically allowing people to cultivate that garden to go like to be anything they want. They can have it
Yes.
with I don't know. Like, I'm not a gardener.
Yeah.
I'm thinking
Tomato.
sunflowers that go
Yes.
yay high,
Sunflower.
or these, which is just a whole, so like a random assortment of colors, or whatever. So depending on what you want, you have to first think about the big, like you have to really think really, really big,
Mm-hmm.
and then let the ideas flow to how you can get there. So yeah, growth it really involves allowing people to dream big. And
Yes.
then you kind of have to help them get there, help them figure out
Right.
how to, because I know you mentioned manifest, manifest the big
Mhm.
dream. And sometimes you need some brand new ideas to make that happen, things that you weren't thinking
Yeah.
of before. Very
Right.
cool. Okay, so now you know my audience is energy healers. So
Mhm.
why might they need the service that you offer? And very
Mhm.
specifically, why would they want to work with you?
Yes. So, one of the things that I offer is I know both as a healer myself and the clients that I work with, it's easy to get into comparison sometimes because
Mhm.
we see people around us doing things and then we start thinking, what about this? What about that? But when I work with people, we are really trying to strip that away
Mhm.
and help find what are the ways that you can ground yourself, center yourself back in your own knowing so
Mhm.
that if the inklings or the tricklings of comparison start to come in, you can recognize and think, ah, okay, there's that again. I'm going to turn away, or I'm going to look at my symbol that we've identified that I'm going to focus on, or I'm going to go for a walk, or for different people, it's different things. But what is that thing that you can use to recommit and get yourself back in the energy space and the mindset of, okay, I'm focused on what I have to bring, how I can be my best sunflower self, not how do I be a tomato when I'm not a tomato. And I'm never going to be a tomato. And
Yeah.
so, in some ways, it's simple, but the actual application of it can take some time, and it's nice to work with somebody else. I have a program where if people just want to go through, it's called Nourish with Nature, where they can go through it on their own,
Mhm.
taking time in nature every day to look at the things around them and help get to that grounded state. And it's something that I feel like taking a shower or eating nourishing food. It's a regular practice of getting back to yourself.
Mhm.
And in the some, I'm thinking right now of how some important voices in the manifesting field will talk about how going to sleep can be like a reset. I think
Mhm.
it's another reset that you can have for yourself, and that
Mhm.
we want to have a way in which, if we're doing this really powerful work, we also need to be charging ourselves, energizing
Absolutely.
ourselves, because at a certain point, you can only give if you are feeling grounded and rooted. And even though maybe you're tapping in and getting energized with whatever modality you're doing, it's still really important to take that time to care for your core self, your true nature, and to make sure that you're honoring it and validating it.
Awesome. Okay, now you did mention to me before we started that you have something special to offer my audience. Do you want to tell
Yes.
us about that?
Yes, so I created a fun short course. It's a series of 5 videos that, whether you're new to manifesting or not, it's my take on it, looking at it from an out of the box kind of way, just because I like to be out of the box. And it has you doodling as you go through these manifestation exercises. And so I think that it's two purpose. One, you're looking at what you want to manifest and engaging with it in a new way, and you're also reminding yourself that you are creative. Because even though I said I think it's my superpower, I've cultivated it. We can all
Mhm.
cultivate more creativity. We're inherently creative, but unless you've fostered that over the years, you
Mhm.
might have forgotten. But anybody can doodle. Nobody expects
Huh.
a doodle to look, like a Van Gogh or some amazing piece of art.
Right.
But it's a fun way to get your creativity out and allow yourself to play with your ideas, with your desires, and to work with your manifesting in that way.
That sounds like fun. That sounds really neat. Okay, then my last question for you. So how can my audience reach you if they'd like to connect? And where do they get the also remind them how they can get
Yes.
the free gift?
So the free gift is at my website, rachelstrivelli.com, and I'm on multiple platforms with that same handle too, Rachel Strivelli. So TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram and LinkedIn. I'm probably on Instagram and YouTube the most, but trying to slowly be more present on those other two. And I love connecting with people. So if you see this and get a kick out of it, let me know either below where this is posted or reach out. I'd like to connect.
Wonderful. So that's it for today. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate this. It was lovely chatting with you and getting to know what you do. Thank you to my audience. I say this every single time and I will not stop. Your time is quite literally the most valuable thing that you have to offer. And it always means so much to me that you've chosen to spend some of it with me and my guests here. And other than that, if you want, if you want to reach me, I would love for you to reach out to me. You can get me at my email, info@acceleratedreleasetechnique.org, or poke around the website, acceleratedreleasetechnique.org. And finally, if you like the show, then please give it a like, subscribe, and share it. And even more importantly, just come back and visit me again next week. Looking forward to it.